Now, Facebook's dominant source of revenue is, of course, advertising, but the social network currently doesn't advertise at all to its rapidly growing mobile user base. How do brands and advertisers feel about that, and what kind of traction are they really getting on Facebook? Joining me now from New York is Michael Lazerow, CEO and co-founder of Buddy Media, a company that helps brands manage their presence on social networks. Mike, welcome to Bloomberg West.
Thank you for having me.
First question, how do you think Facebook, being a public company, will impact brands and advertisers and how they feel about marketing on Facebook?
Sure. Well, I've been saying all along that I think Facebook's going to be one of the largest businesses that the world has ever seen. And so I don't think the IPO necessarily changes their scope of a business. This is a business that wasn't monetizing a few years ago. It paid $1 billion of taxes last year. Their net income was $1 billion last year. So this is a real business. I think that every company in the world has to look at Facebook as a viable place to program content and advertise. And I think the IPO is just going to bring a lot more people to the table and really get a lot more people focused on Facebook that maybe aren't focused on it right now.
When you saw the Facebook S1, what was your reaction to how much money they're bringing in from advertising? Some analysts say it actually came in a bit lighter than they expected.
Anyone who says that Facebook came in later than expected just had ridiculous expectations. This company was started 7 years ago by Mark Zuckerberg. It really didn't focus on monetizing the site until 3 or 4 years ago. And the fact that it went to zero to $3.5 billion in revenue at the EBITDA margins that they're doing is really outrageous. When I saw the IPO filing, I was really blown away with how big this business is for how few employees. Facebook has 3,200 employees in the prospectus. I'm sure they've hired more since. Google has 30,000. So you look at a company growing as fast as Facebook that's connecting the world's population through one platform. And I think you have one of the biggest companies that the world has ever seen.
Okay, but what about the fact that Facebook does not advertise on mobile right now? How big of a handicap is that, and how do your clients feel about not reaching Facebook's mobile audience?
So Facebook has launched 2 revenue streams, okay? The first one was credits, and that's a massive business. In 2 years, it's gone to about a $500–600 million business. The other is advertising. Now, Facebook doesn't monetize mobile for one very simple reason. They haven't started monetizing mobile. If you have distribution to close to 1 billion people globally, once you start putting ads on that phone, they're going to be able to monetize it. So they're 2 for 2 on revenue streams, and I'm pretty sure that their next step in mobile is actually going to be a huge home run as well.
Sure, but there are certain handicaps that come. There are reasons why they're not monetizing mobile right now. Part of it is that Google and Apple own the mobile devices. Another reason is privacy issues and whether or not they can protect all of the data on mobile devices. It's not necessarily something that's going to be, you know, an easy thing to do down the line.
There's only one reason why Facebook doesn't monetize mobile, and that's because it hasn't launched the product yet. Facebook is a product-driven company. They like getting the products mature and growing and stable before they start monetizing. And Facebook doesn't have the platform of an Android or the iPhone to launch the platform, but it's the #1 app on pretty much every mobile device. So if they wanted to launch advertising in their apps across all the devices, they could. And I expect very huge growth from Facebook mobily, because as people walk around, 60% of the people on Facebook, of those 850 million people, are logging onto the phone. So you walk by a restaurant, hey, we got a deal for you, and you go in the restaurant. So it's local, it's mobile, it's social. And oh, by the way, this company is just starting. So it's really about what Facebook's going to do in the future and not what it's done in the past that's going to govern the long-term growth.
Well, we will be watching and waiting for that product to roll out. Michael Lazerow, CEO and co-founder of Buddy Media, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.